Okay, here we go. Today we want to talk about parabolas that are not vertical but horizontal. And the equation is x is equal to a times y minus k, quantity squared, plus h. And so what you notice there is that the x and the y switched spots, but so did the h and the k. So did the h and the k. So in that situation, the vertex does remain hk. So if I can point out for a second here that for the first one, the horizontal shift was on the inside and it was paired with h. Now the vertical shift is on the inside paired with h. Do you see that? Okay. And so then we have some other things. So let's sketch a horizontal parabola. So I'm going to draw a little graph here. And we got this shape, goes like that. And we've got our vertex sitting at hk. There we go. Okay. So axis of symmetry, vertical or horizontal line? Horizontal. Good. Got a horizontal line, splits that parabola in half. Horizontal lines have equations of x equals or y equals. Y equals, and this is y equals the k value of the vertex. Remember that the focus sits on the inside, and it sits p units away from the vertex. So if I locate the focus point, it's going to be p units on the inside. So that's going to change the horizontal or vertical value. Horizontal. So I'm going to take h and add p to it, and then k is going to be the y value. The directrix is, I'm sorry about that. I didn't do a very good job with that. This should be f for focus, and then it's p units away from the vertex. Sorry about that. And then here I have my directrix, and that's its p units on the outside. The directrix is not a coordinate or a point. It is a line. And is it a vertical line or a horizontal line? So it's a vertical line. Very good. So is that going to be x equals or y equals? X equals, and that's going to be h minus p. The direction of opening, if A is positive, which direction do you think it opens? It opens to the right. And if A is negative, it opens to the left. Madagascar. Okay, so if A is positive, opens right. If A is negative, opens left. Length of lattice rectum, absolute value of 4p. And remember, the lattice rectum is that segment. It travels through the focus point, and it decides how wide we spread the parabola. Okay. Let's do 2 examples together, or 3 examples together today. I'm going to need somebody to judge me. So Ella will judge me today. Okay, Ella can be the first judge. Who wants to be the second judge? Sydney would like to be the second judge. Liz, third judge. Okay, very good. I feel like, honestly, Alyssa, I don't know if you'd be a good judge because I feel like you would be too kind. Like, if I did a horrible job, I don't know if you could. I don't know if you'd be willing. Like, if you were on, like, American Idol, you might just keep everybody, which is not a good idea. Okay? All right, here we go. So, we're going to do this one right here. You tell me, is this going to be a horizontal parabola, or is it going to be a vertical one? Shh. If you can solve and get x equals, then it's horizontal. So if the y is squared, then it's horizontal. If the x is squared and it's the y equals, then it's vertical. So if you notice in this situation, if I just divide by 2, I get x equal to 1/2 y squared. So therefore, this is a horizontal parabola. I'm going to list the direction. I'm going to list the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the focus, the directrix, and the length of the lattice rectum. Thank you for the laughter. Yeah, it's very, very biological.
No, it's just like when Where would always say anus when we were talking about the system.
Got it. Got it. Okay, that's cool. So, please not try to not utter any more words like that, okay? YouTube has no context for what you're talking about. Laura is going to watch this video and turn us in, okay? All right. Direction, up, down, right, or left. What do you got? Goes to the right. Boys in the back, shut up. Who can tell me what the vertex is? 0, 0. There's no horizontal shift and there's no vertical shift. Okay. All right. So I plot that vertex. It's right here. Axis of symmetry. Which direction is the axis of symmetry? Goes the direction of opening. So I'm going to draw that and then I will name it. What is the name of a horizontal line that passes through 0, 0? Y equals 0. Look at that. We're halfway there. In order to find the other 3, I need to determine what value. So P. And we know that A is equal to 1 over 4P. What is A in this circumstance? So 1 over 2 is equal to 1 over 4P. How do we solve that equation? We could just cross multiply, right? And we get 4P is equal to 2. So P is, very good, 1/2. So what that tells me is that I'm going to move a 1/2 unit in each direction. So what kind of scale should I make? Should I do 100 by 100, a 10 by 10, a 1 by 1, a 2 by 2? Sure, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, that sounds reasonable. Let's do 2 by 2. Okay. So the focus is going to sit P units on the inside of the parabola. So where is the focus? Yep. What's that coordinate? 1/2, 0. Good. In order to determine the directrix, I move the other direction. Is it a coordinate? Nope, it's a line. And it's perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. What's the equation for that line? Negative 1/2. Yep, x is negative 1/2. I now need to determine the length of the lattice rectum. So it is the absolute value of 4 times 1/2. What's 4 times 1/2? 2. And the absolute value of 2 is? So that means I'm going to move 2 units, a total of 2 units for that width. So I move how many in each direction? 1 unit in each direction to make up a value of 2. So I move 1 unit up and 1 unit down for a total distance of 2. And I can now go ahead and try to sketch my parabola. And my good friend, Miss Ella, is going to be my judge to determine what kind of job I've done in sketching this graph. Is it or is it not a perfect parabola? So in order to determine that, I'm just going to put a dot somewhere. I'll put it right here. Okay. And the distance from the focus should be same as the distance from the directrix. So, what do you think, Ella? The red and the black?
I think it's really close.
Just give me an A- on that. Thank you. Let's check it out. Well, I mean, yeah, well, All right, I'm gonna start grading you as critically as you grade me then. So I think that's pretty good. That's pretty close to perfect parabola right there. Yeah, there we go. All right, so next one. We're gonna move down 4x squared plus 7y. Do you think this is vertical or do you think it's horizontal?
Vertical.
It is vertical because the x is being squared, you can solve for y. So if I subtract the 4x squared, I get 7y is equal to negative 4x squared, and I divide by 7. So y is negative 4 over 7x squared. True or false? You get notes on this test.
True.
Yeah, I'm not giving you the notes. You have to make them your own. You get one page front and back, and you can't put examples, but what we wrote down, anything to kind of tell you formulas or anything, go ahead and use that. A lot of people like to just take the boxes that we do at the beginning and kind of copy them and do that. That's fine. All right, let's go direction. Vertex. Axis of symmetry. Focus. Directrix. Length of the lattice rectum. Direction. Very good. It's down because it's negative. Vertex. It does have a vertex 0. So if it opens up down, the axis of symmetry will run vertical. Can somebody name that axis of symmetry for me? X equals 0. In order to determine the focus, the directrix, and the length of the lattice rectum, what value do I need to determine? P. I have a formula. A, or negative 4 over 7, is equal to 1 over 4p. How will I solve? So negative 16p is equal to 7, or p is equal to negative 7/16. It's like a wrench. So if p is negative 7/16, that's almost like a half, right? So like, how big should our scales be? Sure, 2 by 2 would be fine. All right, so I got negative 7/16. So instead of going up, I'm going to go down. So from my vertex, I move down 7/16. What is that location? 0, negative 7/16. And then I'll move 7/16 in the opposite direction, and I will put a horizontal line through that because it's perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. And I get y is equal to 7/16. How do I determine the length of the lattice rectum? Right, so we'll go 4 over 1 times negative 7 over 16. So what will that result in? Sure, like 4 over 16 is going to reduce to 1 over 4, right? So everybody see we get 7/4? That's the length of the lattice rectum, 7/4. So 7/4, that's the total distance, so I got to go half of that each direction. What's half of 7/4? 7/8, right? So almost 1, not quite 1. And now I'm going to try to draw my perfect parabola. Who's my judge this time? Sydney's my judge. Just a little bit bitter about my jacket, so who knows how this will go. I'm going to pick a point on my parabola. Anywhere, I pick that point there, and I'm going to draw it to the focus point. And then I will take another line, and I will draw that to the directrix. And those are supposed to be the same. Sid?
It looks really good. I give it
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you. Let's compare. She thinks I'm going to get an A on this. Let's see how we do. About a pinky, so I'll take an A minus on that one. What?
Okay, so
You sure? You got it.
How do you
What?
like actually set up the text?
You don't have to do it. I'm just trying to have fun, you know.
I thought you said that.
This is like an entertainment thing. It's like you don't even have to pay at the door. Like it just comes free with the class. It's like, hey, I want to be entertained, so I'm going to take Mr. Getz's class. You know what I mean? And now, my good friend Miss Marissa is laughing because she doesn't even think I'm that funny. It's okay, Marissa. Yeah, talking to you. All right. So I'm changing this problem to 12 there instead of the 1. Okay? I forget to change it every year, and I ask myself, why do I forget to change it every year? And then I remember I can't keep track of life, so that's what happens. All right. Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. Yep, y squared. Very good. You got it. So 12x is equal to y minus 2 quantity squared minus 12. Now what? Divide by 12. And I get x is equal to, I'm going to write 112 times y minus 2 quantity squared minus 1. I have direction. I have vertex. I have axis of symmetry, focus, directrix, and length of the lattice rectum. So there's like a 1 in front of the y minus 2 squared. So it's a 1 divided by 12 is the same as multiplying by 112. Okay, so direction, up, down, right, or left. You are correct, sir. Talk to your peers for 20 seconds and determine what do you think the vertex is. Go. Five, four, three, two, one. Who's confident?
-2,
-1. -1, +2.
I got that completely wrong.
Notice, folks, that this is paired with the y. So this is your vertical shift. So +2 for the vertical shift. And then a -1 is paired with the x. That's the difference. That's the mistake people make. Got it? Why did I allow you to make a mistake? Because studies show that if I allow you to do that and then we correct each other, you're more likely to remember it in the future. All right, so I'm going to plot this point, -1, 2. Real quick, I'm trying to kind of wonder about my scales. Can anybody see by looking at this what the p-value is going to be? One over 12 is equal to 1 over 4p. So what is p? 4 times what is 12? 3. So that means that the length of your lattice rectum is going to be 12, isn't it? Well, because it's 4 times the p-value. So if the length of your lattice rectum is going to be 12, and we're already shifted, -1, 2, what kind of scale do you think I should have? 2 by 2? 40 by 40? Should we go 12 by 12? Okay, so I'm going to go by 2. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8. And we'll see what we get. All right, so I'm going to plot my vertex. We're almost done with this. Whoop, that's not the vertex. Back 1 and up 2. You were going to say what, Trey? Exactly. So back 1 and up 2. Axis of symmetry. Tell me something about it. It's going to go horizontal or vertical? Remember, the axis of symmetry, it divides the parabola is opening up sideways, so the axis of symmetry is going to go sideways. That's why you get notes. Axis of symmetry, y equals 2. We already determined P is equal to 3, and so therefore we can move 3 units on the inside. So I'm going to move 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and that's my focus. What is the focus location? 2, 2, because I wrote it by 2s. Because the P value is 3. The directrix, I move 3 units in the other direction. The directrix, as we said, was x equals -4, and the length of the lattice rectum is 12. So that means I go how many units in each direction? 6. 2, 4, 6, and 2, 4, 6. Alyssa is my judge. Everyone wants to draw a really bad parabola just to see if she would actually say something about it. Watch Caden's brother when they ate Hunter last night. That was fun. Gavin was not there to watch. Watch Gavin's brother. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Okay. So I pick a spot on the graph, and we're gonna got that guy. Sure. Pick any spot, and then I'm gonna draw this one horizontally like this. Are those the same, Alyssa? Look pretty good.
I'm giving it
You're going to give me an A? Oh, wow. Now I'm getting my tilting skills questioned. I'm going to go... Yeah, I don't want to brag, but like, that was pretty good. You know what I mean? What's that? I've also been doing this for how many years? Wow, okay. We got a hater in the crowd, everybody. Ooh, yeah, boo! Boo, chicken dance. No. All right, so we're calling it a day. There you go. You got that assignment. So if you look at your assignment, there's 6 problems, graphing parabolas. I think that Monday's lesson is significantly easier. Significantly easier. What? First problem? Yeah, first sheet, you got 6 problems. 3 of them have centers at 0, or vertexes at 0, 0. 3 of them are shifted. And so, good luck.